My parents, like many Hispanics, came to the United States as immigrants. Currently, my dad owns a small flower shop, and my mom is a library assistant at National Hispanic University. However, getting to where they are now was not easy in the very least bit. It was a hard journey for them, but I'm very proud of them for all their hard work. This is my dad's story. My dad came to the United States as a result of his younger sister marrying an American man. She paid for him to get flown to California to visit her, and once he was here, she told him to stay, illegally, till she figured out a way for him to get papers. My dad was an economist back in Peru, and he was making a decent amount of money over there. But the United States was the land of opportunity, so he decided to stay. He got his papers by marrying an older woman who agreed to help him and then divorcing her once the process was done. He made a humble living being a cook at IBM's cafeteria. My dad didn't know any English, so he would get a lot of the orders wrong. But little by little, with the help of his coworkers, he started to learn English. He did that for a while until his friend asked him if he would be interested in opening up a flower shop with him, so that's what he did. Not even a year into it, however, my dad's associate bailed and left my dad with the burden of starting a business all on his own. Even though it's become more of an economic burden on my family than a source of income. However, my dad's pride and the machismo that is found among many Latinos won't let him give up his business. Machismo is a masculine feeling of pride, honor, and respect that Hispanic males feel they deserve. As one of his only family members who has actually made a life for himself in the United States, he hates to seem as if he is struggling in any way to them. His pride keeps him from selling the flower shop as well as downgrading to a smaller home because the two-story, three-bedroom home is much too big and unrealistically priced for my parents and their income. In order to understand how my family functions, it is important to use sociological imagination to understand how Hispanic families interact. It is also useful to note that across ethnic groups in general, fathers assume the important role of economic provider, protector, and caregiver. However, being Hispanic, my dad takes this role to an extra step with familialism. My mother supports him, even though logically she agrees that he should downgrade homes and figure out a way to make the flower shop be a profit rather than a loss. Using a sociological imagination, it's obvious that even though that would definitely reduce the stress on my parents' shoulders, my dad would rather struggle in order to maintain his image to our relatives and continue to send them money, even when we could definitely use it. This is an example of familialism, which refers to family relationships being more important than the individual's well-being, which is a major characteristic of Latino families. I'm proud of my parents' accomplishments, but I feel like there's a point where you just have to draw the line and say enough is enough, and put yourselves first before others. However, my parents are very much set in their mentality, and it's definitely admirable that they put the family's needs above their own. If only other people took this altruistic mentality upon themselves, the world would be a more loving place.